What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another LEGO YouTube video. Today I thought, I've been feeling very nostalgic. I don't know why recently, but I thought what would be a fun video idea is to kind of like take a look at the LEGO sets in my collection and kind of go through the ones that have the most sentimental value to me and the most nostalgic ones, because I feel like there's always a story behind like every LEGO set that you buy and you build, and you kind of remember like who you were around that time that you were building it. So I just thought it would be fun to kind of share some of my oldest sets and some of the ones that are the most special to me. And of course, the first LEGO set here is my recently restored 2011, I think, LEGO City Police Station. This was my first big LEGO set as a kid, and you can definitely tell that it was a set I got when I was a kid because, one, there's a lot of yellowing, but two, when you look at the stickers, they are just like really crooked and not placed in the best way whatsoever, I feel like. But like, I was a kid, so I didn't really care. But like, you can also see it like with the freaking like police helicopter too. There's like some of them are even peeling, and I just like didn't even try for some of them. But I feel like this set always was kind of really special to me, and I'm really happy that I had the opportunity to kind of like bring it back into the LEGO collection and have it on a shelf, even if it doesn't really make sense where it is because it's kind of with all of the Star Wars stuff right now. I'm still happy it's here, I would say. And then also some of the other more nostalgic sets are the other police car, and then this police van from the Forest Police, which I got for, I think, in 2013. I want to say it was my 10th birthday or something, but it was really fun to get that and have that displayed again. But I'm not really happy with the placement too much. Doesn't really make sense, but still one of my most nostalgic LEGO sets. And then another one that I got from like one of the first LEGO conventions that I ever went to, actually the only one I've ever been to. It was Kids Fest or something a long time ago. I want to say in like 2012. It was this huge LEGO convention, and this was one of the sets that I brought home, and it was also just like one of the most nostalgic LEGO sets for me, as I feel like this was one that definitely got a lot of playtime when I was really little. And then kind of going back to another really nostalgic LEGO set, another one of like my biggest LEGO sets that I had as a kid was my first ever modular building, which is the 2011 Pet Shop. And I remember I had always wanted this set for years, but I never really pictured myself ever getting like a huge LEGO set. And this was definitely the most advanced LEGO set at the time that I had built. And it was definitely a building experience, but I look back and I'm really happy with the LEGO set, and it holds a lot of value to me, even if it isn't like one of the best looking modular buildings. I feel like it's still one of my favorites for the sentimental value. It was my first LEGO modular building, and I have a lot of fun memories with it. And speaking of fun memories, probably a part of my LEGO collection I forgot about that I actually brought back in a recent video was my LEGO Ninjago collection, more specifically the Ninjago trading cards, which I was obsessed with as a kid, but also the board game was pretty cool too. And I remember always bringing that to school. Same with the trading cards and kind of just like playing the games. And I never really liked to trade with other people, but it was still fun just to play the games at like recess or at your house and stuff. And I feel like the LEGO Ninjago sets over here are probably some of the most special ones to me. And then also from kind of that same era, we've got some OG LEGO Ninjago minifigures, and a lot of these I bought recently off of Bricklink, so they're not really nostalgic to me, but they are in the sense that they remind me of the show. On the right, we have the really OG ones, but the only ones that I actually had as a kid, and you can definitely tell I had them because they've got their playwear, is the bottom three here, who I got from most of the spinners, I want to say, and they were really fun to collect as a kid, and they've definitely got their fair share of, I guess, battle damage. And then also, speaking of battle damage, we've got some of the disassembled Cars 2 figures that we got, and I remember all of these guys are really cool, just because I loved the Cars 2 movie back in the day. And I remember the story behind getting the Big Ben LEGO set was really cool. My uncle had came to town, and he just like decided to check us out of school and take us to Toys R Us, and so we bought the Big Ben, and it's a really cool set too. I kind of want to display it outside my LEGO collection. It's got some cool play features, some cool stickers. There's this really cool one where you can kind of like burst like character outside of Big Ben, kind of like what they do in the movie with Mater, which I thought was a really cool play feature at the time, and is still a really cool one to kind of look at, I think. So these are some more of the most nostalgic stuff. A lot of the stuff I'm showing right now is like super old stuff that I had when I was a kid, but I feel like some of the more recent LEGO Star Wars sets and just LEGO sets I've gotten in general are also really special to me. One of those is the 2014 Anakin Jedi Interceptor. This was actually the first LEGO Star Wars set that I had bought since getting the Hoth Wampa Cave and the Assassin Droid Battle Pack and the Imperial Dropship, and it's in good condition. I've still got the minifigure. There's a few mismatched parts on it, but it's still here today, and I'm really happy with that. Also, another one, I only have the Coruscant planet though. When they did the planet series way back in 2013, I recently found the planet and decided to actually display it with my LEGO Star Wars collection, which I thought thought looked pretty cool. So I was really happy with that. That was another kind of like really nostalgic set. Those were the only 2 Star Wars sets that I had bought at the time. But another one of my more nostalgic ones is my first ever Lego set, the Hoth Wampa Cave. This isn't the one I had. I actually rebought this because I've lost it, but still really special to look at that. It was for my 6th birthday party. I had gotten this set alongside with the Imperial dropship that you can see in the background, but it's just a really cool set. It's got some great play features and some great display ability. I love the Wampa big fig that we see in there, and then of course behind it is the Imperial dropship, which also is not the original one that I had. I did have to replace this one too, just because I had those sets from so long ago and they just inevitably got destroyed because I was a kid or probably given away. I don't know. But here's also the Snowspeeder that was like the other half, I guess, of the kind of Hoth Wampa Cave. So I'm glad I have that intact too. The AT-AT will look really nice over there too. And now I kind of want to go into some of my superhero sets, because I did collect a lot of Lego superheroes back when I was like in middle school, and we've also got my dog just chilling in the background too. But my first ever Lego Batman set was the Dark Knight Rises the Bat set, and I thought it was really cool. It got a great minifigure selection, and I was really happy to have it in the collection. My first Lego store purchase, or I guess Lego.com purchase, was this Joker Steamroller, which I still have intact. And then I also remember working with my dad and buying this Lex Luthor mech, which has a lot of nostalgia for me. And then one of the first sets that I built for my TikTok live, the first set actually, was the Dynamic Duo Funhouse Escape. So that's got a lot of sentimental value to me. So does the Arkham Asylum set. Both of these sets I got recently, but I had fun building them live with my TikTok audience, and I just always wanted both of those sets as a kid. Also kind of nostalgic. None of these I had when I was younger because they were before my time, but all of the classic Batman minifigures really remind me of the video game, and they're one of the special parts of my collection. The Mighty Bowser, which just came out, is also really special to me, just because I had a lot of fun memories going to go see the Mario movie, and I feel like it just really reminds me of that kind of time in my life where I was like going to see the Mario movie and hanging out at the Waffle House. And then also another cool set was the Daily Bugle, which was the biggest set I had bought from Lego for a long time, ever since I got back into it. And I remember the hype around this set was just really, really fun, and I was very happy to build it on TikTok. Everybody was talking about it on TikTok when we were getting like leaked pictures every like couple days. We'd see like some of the minifigures, and then we finally got the big reveal, and I was so happy to add it to my collection. And I feel like building this Lego set on live was probably one of the most fun experiences I've had in the entire kind of like Lego collecting hobby. And I feel like a lot of the other sets in this Lego city are also really nostalgic to me, but the most out of these is definitely the Daily Bugle. I feel like it still remains the centerpiece to me, just because I have so much more nostalgia for it than I do the Avengers Tower. And then speaking of nostalgia, the Ewok Village was always a Lego set that I had wanted, and last year for May 4th I had a really fun time building this set for the 40th anniversary. It was just one of those sets that I never saw myself buying, and it kind of made me realize that like if you have like a dream set that's like super expensive, like you can get it. Is it worth it? I don't know, that's up to you, but I was just like, dang, I have this in my Lego collection now. And I remember doing like an all-day live stream for May the 4th with the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi, watching the movie in the background and just having fun. I remember my boss joined my live stream too, which was kind of funny too. And then another really fun set that I was building was the UCS Millennium Falcon. This was again kind of like a set I'd never really thought I'd have in my collection, especially because of how big it is, and I just really thought I would not be able to ever fit this into my Lego collection. And it was just a really fun time in my life when I was buying this Lego set and building it, and I just had a lot of fun with it. I pulled like an all-day kind of like cram session to build it, where I woke up at like 7 in the morning, and the challenge was, can I build it all in one day? No, but I got very, very close. I had some other things going on, so I wasn't able to fully focus on it. But another set that's really nostalgic to me is the Stranger Things Upside Down, and I want to say this set reminds me a lot of kind of like 2022, the summer of that kind of era. That's when I graduated high school, and it was just really fun building this set. Everybody was always talking about Stranger Things. Stranger Things Season 4 had just come out too when I had bought this set, and I owe a lot to this set for the community I have today, as this is the set that I did a review of on TikTok that surpassed 1 million views and really got me noticed and kind of got me a amazing community that I'm thankful for today. And then another cool set in my collection is the T2 camper van. This was a surprise gift from my uncle. He came into town and surprised me with this, and I had a lot of fun building this. And at the time, I didn't really like the set too much. It was just kind of a random set, but I feel like I've really grown to love it, especially because of my love for the Beatles, and it really just kind of reminds me of them. And I just really like the set and the story behind it, and every time I look at this set, I feel like I'm just really reminded of just like all of the fun memories of building this, and just like how surprised I was to actually receive this in in the mail. And then one of the first sets I got when I got back into LEGO back in 2020 was the 20th anniversary Slave 1. I remember I barely got this set before its retirement, and I was really excited to build it. It was one of the first sets alongside some of the Helmet series sets that I had built and displayed in my LEGO collection. It was kind of like the stepping stone to like where I am now. And then another one is the TIE Fighter pilot helmet. This wasn't the first helmet that I got. The first one I got was Boba, and then I think I got the Stormtrooper, and lastly this one. But what's funny about the TIE Fighter pilot helmet is I built it during online classes during COVID, and I stuffed a note inside of the helmet that said, I built this in my blah 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 class, and stuff. And I still haven't opened it up to take a look at the note, even though it's been like 4 years, but I just thought that was funny, and the helmet series is really special to me. And then another set that I'm really nostalgic for is the Mos Eisley Cantina. I got this my senior year of high school for spring break. We all went to the LEGO store in North Carolina, and it was the first time I'd been to a LEGO store in like 10 years, and this was the big deal. I really wanted to buy this set and build it over spring break, and I just remember having a really good time going to the LEGO store and then also building it. Another nostalgic set, my favorite modular building, the Detective's Office. I missed out on this when it originally came out, and so when I was able to buy it again, I was really happy, and it just felt really special to actually be able to build that. And then same with the Palace Cinema and the Grand Emporium. These two are especially nostalgic because these were the two that I would always see when I would flip through those old LEGO catalogs as a kid, and I would want those sets but never get it. Same could be said for the Parisian Restaurant, though I feel like that one is not nearly as special to me. And then also the Haunted House, I feel like holds a decent amount of sentimental value to me as well, just being one of my oldest LEGO sets. Another set I'm really nostalgic for is also the 89 Batwing. This was a surprise gift for my uncle when we did go down to Raleigh to the LEGO store. I bought this not thinking I would ever get it, and I thought it was a really great gift, so shout out to my uncle. And we see the plaque down here too. And now I want to move into some of the minifigures, and I remember buying Phase 2 Captain Rex because I hit a huge milestone on my TikTok, and I was really happy to get that. And then my uncle surprised me with this Lando minifigure a couple years ago too, which was a great surprise because I'd mentioned it in a live stream. And then we've got like a few minifigures from my old collecting days, like the Mandarin. We've got like this Aquaman from when I was a kid. So like I love the minifigures that I had when I was really little that still remain in my collection. Like this Batgirl is another one in my collection that I had as a kid and is still here because it's really cool just to see those older parts of your collection kind of still be here today. And same with this like Dark Knight Joker and the Harley Quinn minifigure. Those were some super expensive minifigures that I just never thought I'd own, and I'm really happy I did. This Man-Bat was another one of my kind of like OG minifigures in my collection. Same with this Mr. Freeze and the Riddler minifigure that I'm showing now. All kind of like original additions to the LEGO collection. And then speaking of original like minifigures to my collection, I used to be really into the LEGO CMFs, and I especially hold a lot of nostalgia for the Series 12 CMF minifigures. This was the first ever series that I was able to complete and get every single minifigure. And then my first ever CMF was the Series 9 Forest Maiden, and then I got the Alien Avenger from that same LEGO convention that I was talking about earlier. And I also really liked the Series 11 collectible minifigures too. Those were a lot of fun to go back and collect. I remember always feeling through the bags, trying to get the ones I could get, and then being so happy when I did guess correctly which one I had. But anyway, I thought this was kind of a different video because I feel like there's always a lot of like story behind the LEGO sets in somebody's LEGO collection, and I thought I haven't really talked about that, and I was just thinking this would be a fun idea to kind of like share some of the stories behind all of the LEGO sets in my collection and just talk about the ones that are most special to me. I think I was just in a really nostalgic mood for some reason, but I'm really happy that I decided to do a video like this. So definitely let me know what you guys thought of the video down in the comments below. Let me know what your most nostalgic LEGO set is in your collection, and be sure to leave a like if you did enjoy, subscribe if you're new around here, but that is all for today. Peace out.